There's one amazing thing that my dog has been teaching me about life is that you don't need to do anything to give and receive love. And what I mean is that that dog, more than any other dog that I've seen or that I see around here, attracts love. It's incredible. And I've got a friend who's been looking after him for the last few days because I was in San Jose, in the capital city. And she told me exactly the same as what I've experienced, that that dog walks around the beach and everyone turns around and smiles. Everybody looks at him and suddenly looks and feels happy and wants to give him love, and obviously has received some love from him. What fascinates me about that, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't try to give love to people. He doesn't try to attract attention. It's just who he is. It's just his way of being. And that really hit me recently, because I realized that when I grew up, in my family, love was something conditional. So, or at least that's the way I learned it, is that you receive love because you behave well, because you do what's expected of you. And if you don't, then you're scolded, then you're told off, and you're pushed away, you're cast away. And that doesn't mean that I'm blaming my parents for being bad people. They loved me so beautifully. They were absolutely amazing. But it is important to understand the context where we come from. And if we go back further, how could my parents have known anything else about love than what they did when their parents spent the years between 13 and 18 in the middle of a fucking World War II, where they lost 95% of the family and had to run away? Where would they have learned about unconditional love? And what I find most fascinating about this is how long it takes for something to be understood intellectually, to be experienced emotionally, and then to be fully digested into something that makes sense in our way of being. And what I mean by that is that when I was, I don't know, it must have been like about 8 years ago, I started dating a girl who told me one day, "I love you unconditionally." And I remember hearing that thinking, what? That's not possible. You can't possibly love me unconditionally. What if I fuck up? What if I behave like an asshole? What if I'm not like you want me to be? What if I'm terrible? And the one thing that I realized, that not only she repeated that several times to me, but she always operated from that way of being, which says that even when she got angry, even if she was pissed off at me behaving like an asshole, she always loved me. She always loved me. She always showed me love. Even through sadness, even through anger, even through frustration, there was always a baseline of love that really surprised me at the time, and that seemed so surreal. And then you fast forward 8 years later with all the experiences I've had, and seeing this dog do that makes me realize how powerful her way of being was. It makes me realize how deep it is that to give and receive love, it's not about what you do. It's about who you're being. And I don't have an answer here to how do we do this? because this is something that is at the edge of my current understanding. All I can tell at this stage is that I'm observing with a lot of certainty today that love is not about what we do, that love is not conditional, that true love is about a way of being. That it's something that comes from deep inside and doesn't have a purpose, doesn't have a mission, doesn't require conscious thinking. And that makes me happy. And that's way what I've discovered is that my love has expanded way beyond what I thought was possible, because I used to always love one person. There was this one woman that I would love, and that was the person I loved, the special one. And now I realize how I can love more than one person at a time. And not only that, but I can love more than one person at a time, and I can love more than one animal at a time. And I can also love objects. I can also love plants. I can even love companies. I can actually feel and share love infinitely. And that makes me happy. I love you.